30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's Anish. I'm joined with Drew, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most slept-on Texans on this team, and he's on the defense, and his name is Javier Thomas. And you heard me correctly, and the reason why he's been having a quietly good season is, that's a good thing, right? If your DB is having a pretty quiet season, that means that the people that he's covering aren't making too many big plays, and that's been true this season. In 13 games, Javier Thomas has been absolutely amazing for the Texans. I will read out from some stats for y'all. In 13 games, he's had 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 55.6 completion percentage, allowing 116 yards on 27 targets, and he's allowed 15 completions in 27 targets. He's allowed 0 touchdowns and a 50.8 quarterback rating when targeted. So he's absolutely been amazing, and he's been making a lot of plays recently. Most notably, he had a great kick return for 30 yards. It was like made something out of nothing, and then he really was step by step with Tyler Lockett, really shadowing him. And even though the ball wasn't like completely catchable, it's good to know that he's a guy who's able to do that. He has 3 passes defense as well, and I believe he's had 56 combined tackles this season. So he's been doing a lot of great things, and like the forced fumble that I mentioned, he's Zach Pascal, who was one of the better blocking wide receivers in the NFL. He was able to win the rep against him and force the fumble on the Colts running back. So he's been one of a great run defending defensive back for the Texans. And in the preseason, he had a block against the Buccaneers. So he's been doing a lot of great things, and I'm so happy to have him on the team.
And yeah, he really is one of the more valuable players on the roster right now. Like you said, he had that kick return, he had a couple big plays, but his snaps have been increasing and increasing. Ever since week 4, he had 64% of the snaps on defense, and that was, of course, when we changed the rotation around in the secondary, moved Desmond King to outside, effectively moving Javier Thomas to the slot. And being the 8th best nickel back in the entire NFL rated by PFF is a pretty big deal, actually. Every team has a nickelback, and you need to be able to have a successful one to be able to defend well. If you don't have a successful nickelback, you can't cover the elite slot receivers in the NFL. He did a good job against Tyler Lockett. He did have a matchup against Cooper Kupp earlier in the season. I'm not exactly sure how he did there, but he has played against the best. He hasn't made too many mistakes, and I really like him. He's a really good locker room guy, and I just want to talk about something he said in a press conference on December 6th. He said the locker room just got to stay together. They're just going to continue to do their job, sticking with each other, turn around. Because it happened to me with Cleveland, and continue to fight like Brandon Cook said earlier. Nobody wants to quit, so don't quit, says Javier Thomas. So he's a really good locker room guy. Clearly has earned the respect of the locker room, the team with his increase in snaps. He's been very productive on the field. So I really feel like he is one of the most slept-on Texans players, and he's a very valuable piece to the defense.
Yeah, and not only is the coaching staff starting to show that they're liking him more and more out on the field with increasing snaps, the Texans already showed, Nick Caserio already showed a lot of interest in when they signed him to a 2-year deal on March 17th, which, as we've seen, is kind of rare from Nick Caserio since he's been kind of like the 1-year deal kind of guy. But it seems like he gave Javier Thomas a 2-year deal with Javier Thomas on March 17th. So that's good news. So that means we're going to have a great cornerback for next season. And on top of that, we will have Desmond King, hopefully, who will resign. So already we have some great corners on the team. And I really hope we build on that secondary as well. And I'm sure defense will be something that will be addressed in the offseason, in the draft, of course. Any final thoughts you would like to mention?
Just that I feel like it's good to have him on a 2-year deal. Like you said, it's pretty rare. Nick Caserio hasn't really put much trust in anybody, but I feel like Nick Caserio, Lovie Smith really come together. They like what they see in Javier Thomas. They'll continue to see him a lot, as he really is around the ball all the time. Very physical kind of guy. I like the way he plays, and I'm excited to see him this year and for the rest of next year.
Yep, and that's pretty much it for the video. Let us know your thoughts on Javier Thomas so far this season. And as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.